Hey everybody, this is Josh Kittless, and this is my submission for the Librarianship into the Future Award. Now, what I've elected to do is a project, and I'm calling this project the International Library Project. See, I'm convinced that librarianship plus the social networks of the internet and a few good people can make a dramatic and drastic difference in the lives of people in underserved and distressed communities around the world. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to share some of my philosophies with you. I'm going to give you a couple examples, and I'm also going to then paint the picture of the concept that is the International Library Project. So sit back, take a look, and I hope you like. Aside from peanuts, Cracker Jacks, and the good old American way, there are a few things I believe strongly in. One of them is that libraries have been and will be a powerful catalyst for change. Their role as community centers is as strong and versatile an attribute as is their bias-free approach to operations. Also, with all the scandalous chaos going on, libraries have remained refreshingly noble. 2. Underrepresented and distressed communities are those that need the most change. Number 3. Aside from funding, it's sometimes low-tech solutions, not necessarily the high-tech ones, that help these underrepresented communities the most. That's something to keep in mind, and not to say that high-tech shouldn't be viewed as a viable source as well. Number 4, quickly getting helpful low-tech solutions and, where applicable, high-tech ones to communities in need can be best handled and rapidly mobilized by both the social networks of the web and experts on the ground. Number 5, people really care about making a difference. In the developed world, we have it good. Very good. While we're busy debating and legalizing the finer points of copyright law, the challenges of digital libraries, the Nook, the Kindle, the iPad, and so on, many communities around the world and in our own backyard are struggling with the most basic of essentials. As we lament budget cuts, library closures, and a quote-unquote dearth of resources, and see our version of standard being stripped down to nothing, keep in mind that even the most basic services we are left with are arguably better than most university libraries in the developing world. I want to share with you a couple of alternative libraries that are having great success. The first is the Bibliobureau. It's a traveling library that distributes books to patrons from the backs of two donkeys, Alpha and Beto. The program was created in La Gloria, Colombia by Luis Soriano. Soriano became fascinated with reading as a child and obtained a college degree in Spanish literature after studying with a professor who visited his village twice a month. A primary school teacher by profession, Soriano developed the idea after witnessing firsthand the power reading had on his students, most of whom had lived through intense life conflicts at a young age. Starting in the late 1990s, Soriano traveled to communities in Colombia's Caribbean Sea hinterlands with a portable library, which began with 70 books. A letter to a Colombian journalist ultimately caused a response that created a flood of book donations, and Soriano's collection soon expanded to 4,800 volumes. Here's another example, the Blue Trunk Library, which has been developed by the Library of the World Health Organization for installation in district health centers in Africa as a means of compensating for the lack of up-to-date medical and health information. The collection, which is organized according to major subjects, contains more than 100 books on favorable medicine video editing and a nice catchy jingle that I made up is with my philosophies and these examples showing that there's a lot of ways to bring a lot of good to the world out there, and the Blue Trunk Libraries and the Bibliobureaus are just two of a trove of alternative libraries in the developing world that are really making a difference in people's lives. Now, the International Library Project is going to do two things. They are going to aggregate data on these various libraries and how they function, how they operate, how they manage to overcome challenges in their environments, and then from that the data will be collected and some best practices will be put together, and so really it'll serve as a roadmap for other individuals, other organizations looking to do similar in like geographies. So instead of having to go through in addition to developing this knowledge base of how to develop libraries in various parts of the developing world, also looking to put together a comprehensive list of these libraries that are in operation all over the world. And this is really for donors, benefactors who either have a preference for a particular part of the world or a particular type of librarianship to easily find these libraries, because they will be listed on our site, and they can make donations and they will be sent directly to the libraries themselves, wherever they may be. So I think this is a pretty cool idea. I hope you do too. And it could really serve for some great stuff in the future. So that's it. That's my submission for the Librarianship into the Future award, and I hope you like it. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thanks. Bye-bye.